Did you have people in the industry or like people that you could talk to that felt the same way? Like, did you have co-stars or friends or?
No.
Wow.
I don't know anyone else. I'll never say that I quit acting. I'll always be an actor. I'm still open to doing it again. But I certainly made a decision to take time to figure out, to not know, and to, I had like this whole disassembling the structure that's needed to carry the load of Emma Watson. It's like there's an agent and a publicist and a manager and a personal assistant, and there's all these people and lives who are intertwined with mine, and navigating and caring for and negotiating that with people as well was really tricky. And also I was just bloody terrified. Like, I think there's a kind of infantilization that can happen when you work as much as I did, and a kind of loss of independence that means that you're like, oh my God, can I even do my life if I don't have this like army of people who are like helping me do the most menial and basic of things? Like, can I actually like do this stuff myself? And I don't even say that in terms of like capability, but like just from the place of like, it's difficult for me to walk down the street sometimes. So if I'm going to start to take on truly the responsibility of most of my life myself, like, what's that going to be like? Like, can I really do that stuff? I think fame makes you feel like you can't do things for yourself in a way that can really disempower you and remove your confidence and autonomy as a human being. That's really disabling.
And for everyone who's wondering, yeah, Emma called me up and I was like, so should I speak to a publicist? She's like, no, I am my publicist. Like, I was like, do I need to check with the manager? No, I am my manager. And like, that was literally the conversation we had. So she like, booked this podcast herself. Anyone? There was no booker. There was no booking system. There was no reach out.
No.
It was literally Emma doing it herself, which is proof you are living your values.
Thank you.
And you are aligned with what you're saying. God. I wanted people to know that.
Thank you. I appreciate that. What's so funny though now is like, because I do everything myself, there's like a 50% chance you would have not thought it was me. Or like sometimes when I reach out to people.
I had plenty of moments I had to double take. I was like wait a minute, like
verified
tick. Amount of followers who she followed.
People think it's not me. Yeah. And so like I have a 50-50 rate of people actually just like not responding to me because they don't think I'd be reaching out myself.
That's real. I had to do a second take multiple times. Funny. I think I even checked it this morning. Like, wait a minute.
Is it definitely her?
Is it definitely her? Am I going to turn up in some like, catfish situation?
No,
like,
it's wild.
Yeah.
Oddly, sometimes it takes more work me trying to do things myself than through the system.
But no, you did a great job. But
thanks.
Those hard questions that you asked yourself, I mean, what was it that gave you courage to walk a path where you don't know the next 3 steps, when you have a entire career lined up on the other side? You have an amazing career. Every movie you've been in has been magical and amazing. Like, it's when you look at your portfolio of choices, like they're all brilliant performances, they're great films, and you only would have more of that. So it's also not like you're leaving a career that's kind of had its, like, do you know what I mean? It's at a place where no business-oriented person could imagine why. And so what gives you courage when one side is so clear and one side is not clear at all?
Again, I'm going to tell the honest version of this story. I'd love to tell you that it was like this incredible courage and determination I have inside of me. And yes, there's part of that. I'm not going to like completely erase my role in all of this. But I think a big part was that it was coming to a point with my health and nervous system where I was starting to hit a point of not no return, but like, it's interesting. I eat well, I do yoga, I do meditation, I do all the things, right? But I think I was using those as a way of mitigating how much stress I was under, as opposed to actually what those things are really for are compasses and points towards our truth. And
so well
I was using them as a way of like bolstering myself and allowing myself to continue down a path that actually was kind of wrecking me. And I think it was just like my immune system couldn't pretend anymore. I was on 7 or 8 packets of an antibiotic every year because my immune system was so low that I would just constantly be getting sick and a sinus infection and whatever else. Like,
I had no idea.
My body just started being like, no. I went from being someone who I would say I still handle stress and pressure well, and in the moment I could always do it, but the cost afterwards was starting to get more and more serious, to the point where it was like I'd always turn down. Actually, I remember I was in my early 20s when a publicist first offered me a beta blocker. I was nervous before a carpet, and it's the only ever time I ever took anything. And I was fine for the 2 hours after I took it. And then I got back to the room, and when my feelings came back to me, I was like overwrought with grief and feeling of having blocked it. And so I'd always, and after that, I never allowed anyone to give me anything again, even though I was offered things multiple times. And doctors wanted to give me things for jet lag and for sleep and for nerves, and oh, everyone takes it. This is, there's no shame in this or whatever. But I felt like in order to keep going, I was going to have to make a decision of like, are you okay with being low level, unwell, and medicated, essentially? And I just knew that wasn't a choice for me. So in a way, I have my body to thank, because my body I didn't want to ignore my body anymore. And it didn't matter how many silent retreats I went on, or how much yoga I did, or what new thing I did to try and take care of myself. My body was done. And that was then, I think, when I went away and found a relationship with myself and my practice, and just having trust and faith in a way that I never had before. And I started listening more carefully to like these little whispers of like, oh, like maybe this should be the thing you do. Or like even coming and doing this of like, I think you should go and do this podcast. Just listening to myself for clues, basically, and listening to the universe, whatever that means. But I never had that before. I never knew how to listen for those things before I truly went away and had nothing for a while. So that was probably the best result of all of that.
Yeah, and I think it still takes so much courage, because it does, even though you didn't see it that way and you may not have noticed it, it still takes so much courage to listen to your body, because it is easy to keep medicating in all the ways to break it anyway.
Yeah.
And to push it to the edges and the limits of its ability. And because you're so addicted or intoxicated by the success or whatever it may be.
I guess the courageous part was just knowing I didn't want to numb out. That was the point at which it got too big of a cost. Because I was like, okay, if I feel like I need to be, I'm at the point where the price is too high now.